That's a clown question, bro.
Hi, what's up on you?
So I'm gonna kick some dirt.
He gets on base.
Just a bit outside.
I'm not the type of player that's going to be Johnny Hustle.
If you don't want me to watch the ball, you can go get it out of the ocean.
And welcome back to part 2 of episode 86 to Above Replacement Radio. I'm your host, Chris Gianta. Over there on the other side of the screen is Daniel Curran. We're doing the 2018 Red Sox today. Both our favorite team, the Red Sox.
This one hits close to home.
Yes, it does. And we're doing every major league team for the history series, and we finally hit on our team, which is good to see.
It's a season that we were very much active in. Yeah,
everyone talks about 2004. We have no recollection of 2004. 2007 is a bit of a blur. 2013 we kind of already did on our.
That's exactly. If we didn't do that, I would have done 2013, but we already covered that team. So
yeah, we did a live radio show back in February 2020 for that one. But yeah, this one, the most dominant Red Sox team ever, and one of the most dominant, probably top 10 most dominant teams ever in baseball history. So let's get into it.
So after 2017, the Red Sox were kind of in a weird spot. They won the division for the second straight season, and they did it without David Ortiz, but something still just seemed off. And they ended up firing John Farrell at the end of the season, and they hired Alex Cora, bench coach of the defending World Series champion Astros, to be their manager. I'm going to talk like we still think that they're legitimate because this is 2018, but yeah, they hired Alex Cora, the Astros bench coach. They also re-signed first baseman Mitch Moreland as a free agent. They re-signed Eduardo Nunez as a free agent utility infielder. And more importantly, this one took a while in the offseason, but they signed JD Martinez as a free agent. He was coming off of a 40 home run season between Detroit and Arizona. And the Red Sox were looking for a big bat, and they got it. But this was not supposed to be the season of the Red Sox. Giancarlo Stanton had just gotten traded to the Yankees that season. Of course, he was coming off of a 59 home run season. He won the National League MVP, and he was going to be right beside Aaron Judge, who had hit 52 home runs the previous season. So everyone expected this was going to be the year of the New York Yankees. They're going to run away with the division. They're going to, easily win the World Series. And everyone kind of just expected the Red Sox to play second fiddle at the beginning of this season. And on opening day, the Red Sox were leading the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2 in the eighth. But Joe Kelly had gotten himself into a jam. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Kelly looked to put out the fire.
Miller first, Gomez second, Kiermaier third, the 3-2. And it's shot back into right. Well tagged. That ball's going to be off the wall. One hops the wall. Kiermaier scores. Gomez scores. Span's going to go to third. Span's going to hang on at third. And the Rays take the lead. How about that? What an at-bat for Span. 5-4 Rays now.
So Joe Kelly got in that hole there, and then Carson Smith gave up the 3-run double to Denard Span. That was a really sore taste in Red Sox fans' mouth on opening day. They lost the first game of the year for the first time since 2014. And a week later, with that still being the only loss in the Red Sox season, they had an early opportunity to get revenge on Tampa Bay when they were trailing 7-2 in the eighth.
Ground ball for a base hit. And Hanley Ramirez continues to stay hot with the bat. High fly, left field, backing up Smith, still backing up, turning around now. It catches the wall, that brings in a run. Ramirez scores. It's a double for Moreland, his first hit of the season. But trailing by 4 late today. Here's the 1-2. Line drive and a base hit to center. Moreland charging to third, stopping there. Kiermaier gets it in. Nunez with a base hit. Red Sox have him on the corners.
Fastball gets underneath it.
0-1. Ground ball, base hit. That's down the line. Moreland is in to score. That'll go all the way to the wall. Nunez into third. They're going to wave him in. Trouble in the corner. Here comes another run. Devers coming through, and the Red Sox close the gap. It is 7-5. Pulled the phone for a moment. Vasquez 1 for 3. Line shot, base hit. That'll bring in another run. Devers will score. 7-6.
There's that cutter again that's down and away, and he reaches and covers the plate and pulls it right back up the middle for the base hit. There's nobody there. Look at straightaway center field. All green.
If you went away and came back, welcome back. And a 2-0. Line shot, base hit. Here comes Vasquez. He's trying to score. They let it come through. Play at the plate. He's safe. And the Red Sox have tied it. 7-7.
Watch Vasquez go off second. Now Malak Smith gets it very, very quickly, and here's the throw. It looks like Vasquez may be out, slides around, and gets home plate with his hand. Beautiful slide here by Vasquez going away from the tag.
How smart is that? Mookie Betts at second. High fly ball into left field. Smith backing up on the track. He can't get it. The run is in. Mookie scores. Benintendi to second. The Red Sox are in front, 8-7.
It's hit high, so he's got time to make up ground, but I think this ball hits somewhere around the bottom of the wall. It does.
So the Red Sox with a big comeback there, and they stunned the Tampa Bay Rays and keep on winning. After the series, the Red Sox welcomed the New York Yankees for a 3-game set. This would be Giancarlo Stanton's Yankee debut at Fenway Park. And after the Sox took game 1 by a 14-1 score, things got a little more aggressive in the second game of the series. Joe Kelly sets the tone for what's going to be this upcoming year against the Yankees when both teams are obviously competitive. The Red Sox especially, they won 17 of their first 19 games in the season. And in that stretch, one of the strongest performances was from outfielder Mookie Betts.
Shohei Ohtani coming in 2-0, a 2.08 ERA. Mookie Betts seeing him right away. 3-2 again. High fly ball, well hit, deep left, back. Gone! Shohei Ohtani say hello to Mookie Betts.
His 12th career leadoff home run extends his club record, and the Red Sox jump on Ohtani for a 1-0 lead.
He got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, very straight, down and in just above the knees, and he hammered it.
Worked a full count, and then got a seed down the middle at 97.
There's a drive, left field, this is long gone. Oh, is this crushed? Over the bullpen, into the bleachers. Number 2 of the night for Mookie Betts.
Sosha is stunned, and the Red Sox lead it 8-0. And now you're hearing the Sox fans here chanting for Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts, Sox Nation on the West Coast giving him some love. I love it.
Red Sox will have the top of the batting order coming up. That'll be Mookie Betts, who's had a major night. And there's another one. He smokes it deep. Backing up, Upton. Kiss it goodbye.
Home run number 3 tonight for Mookie Betts. He has 5 on the year, 10-1 Red Sox. Mookie's 3rd career 3-home run game.
This guy unbelievable or what?
So Mookie Betts doesn't care about new rookie Shohei Ohtani, the second coming of Babe Ruth. During this 19-game stretch to start the season, Mookie slashed .382, .469, .765, .1234. All of those, except for his OBP, led the majors. He also had a .505 WOBA, 223 weighted runs created plus, and 1.7 FWAR. All of that led the majors. The Red Sox as a team slashed .293, .361, .497, .858 with 123 runs scored, a .365 WOBA, and 128 weighted runs created plus, as well as 5.4 FWAR. Every single one of those stats I just named led all of the major leagues. They also led the league in pitcher FWAR with 4.5, FIP with a 2.79, and home runs per 9 with an 0.51. Just to give you an idea of some of their pitchers, Rick Porcello and Chris Sale both had sub 150 ERAs in at least 20 innings pitched through this time. Sale also had 12.68 Ks per 9. They were 17-2, 4 games up in the American League East.
But then the train came to an immediate halt after Sean Manaea of the Oakland Athletics no-hit the Boston Red Sox. The red-hot Red Sox, who could not be stopped, were then no-hit by Sean Manaea. And this was the start of a 3-game losing streak, more than doubling their loss total on the season. And the Red Sox finished the month of April 21-7, 3 games up in the American League East. And now we're on to the May of Mookie and Martinez, where the 2 outfielders, mostly a right fielder and a DH, dominated offensively in the month of May. And I remember, April was not the greatest month for JD Martinez. The balls were not quite traveling to right field, and that sort of changed as the weather heated up. JD Martinez started to get hot. But we'll start with Mookie Betts, as on May 2nd, the Red Sox were wrapping on a series against the Royals, and Mookie Betts was able to take over once again.
That one high and deep, driven to left center, way back. Yes, sir, Mookie Betts. Number 9, he puts the Red Sox on the board. So he continues to swing the bat against Kansas City and everybody else.
Yeah, Mookie right on time. He gets a low pitch that he just kind of gouts way out of the ballpark.
High fly down the left field line. Is it going to be fair or foul? And that ball is gone. His second home run in as many at bats. Look at Duffy shaking his head. He can't believe it. And the Red Sox are on top. And Mookie Betts is back with a bang. 1-2, a high fly ball center field, backing up Gordon. He's turning around. Mookie Betts has done it again. He has done it again. His 3rd home run in as many at bats.
Are you kidding me?
Off the charts talent.
I mean, are you serious?
Home runs in the 4th, 5th, and the 7th.
So Mookie Betts, his second 3-home run game, right at the beginning of May. And although the Red Sox were winning in their usual ways, the Yankees were right on their tail. Between May 3rd and May 22nd, the 2 teams stayed within a game of each other, with the lead changing twice. JD Martinez, meanwhile, hit 13 home runs during the month of May, and he is one of just 7 people to hit at least 13 home runs in the month of May since Fangraphs introduced split data in 1974.
So then we turn to the end of May, and the Red Sox did something I didn't take very kindly to. The Red Sox actually ruined my birthday. So on May 25th, I turned 18 years old this year. It was a Friday. I was having friends over that night to celebrate. The Red Sox were in first. Life was pretty good, Chris, as they'd say.
Yeah.
But then, I was in 5th period SAT prep because I was a junior in high school. That's when you got to take the SATs. And I learned that the Red Sox had designated for assignment first baseman Hanley Ramirez. And Ramirez slashed 163, 200, 300, 500 in the month of May, which isn't good. And he was on a large contract. But he was a favorite, and it hurt to see him go like that. And regardless of this, the Red Sox won their weekend series against the red-hot Atlanta Braves. And ultimately, they finished the month of May 39-18, 2 games up on the Yankees, but that one still hurt. So now they are in a battle for the division that's going to last seemingly the whole year. And on June 2nd, the Red Sox were in the 3rd of a 4-game set against Houston, the defending champs, and Alex Cora's former team. And after they fell in the first 2 games of the series, they were trailing 3-2 in the 7th inning of the 3rd game, and catcher Christian Vazquez came up trying to tie it.
playoffs, and anytime you lose to a team in the playoffs, the next year you want to bounce back and show them.
3-1. This one hit high in the air, deep to left field, and it is gone! Christian Vasquez ties it up here in Houston.
So Christian Vasquez, his first home run of the year, and it's a big one. And that ended up tying the game. So Jackie Bradley Jr. walked as the next batter, which brought up Andrew Benintendi.
Show it, right?
Yes.
It's a hard one to tell your brain to do. So it'll be a 1-2 one more time. There goes Bradley. This one hit a ton, deep right field. Forget it. The Red Sox are in front.
So Andrew Benintendi gives the Red Sox the lead, and they ended up winning that game and the next one, salvaging a split against the Astros. And from June 21st through July 12th, the Red Sox offense kept scoring at a particularly high pace. They went 17-3 during this stretch. They also led the majors in the entire quadruple slash line. That is a 317, 379, 518, 897. They also led the majors in runs scored with 138, WOBA with a 380, weighted runs created plus with a 138, exit velocity with a 90.1, and F4 with a 7 flat. The next best was 4.8. No other team was within 2 F4 of them. Mookie Betts also just continued to tear the league apart. 387, 484, 667, 1150 for 479 WOBA, 206 weighted runs created plus, and a 1.8 F4, which led the majors. JD Martinez also slugged 392, 425, 730, 1155, just beat out Mookie Betts in OPS, a 480 WOBA, 207 weighted runs created plus, and 1.1 F4. Also, shortstop Xander Bogaerts, 303, 414, 561, 964 for a 400 flat WOBA and 152 weighted runs created plus. Lastly, on the offense, Andrew Benintendi slashed 316, 386, 481, 867 for a 376 WOBA and 135 weighted runs created plus. Also, Chris Sale, their ace, was unreal during this time. 4-0 in 4 starts, 1 earned run in 27 innings pitched. That's Devin Williams' entire season. Chris Sale did that. An 0.16 FIP. He actually got unlucky in that 1 earned run through the 4 starts. 16 strikeouts per 9, 1.33 walks per 9. And on June 28th, the Red Sox acquired first baseman Steve Pearce from Toronto in a trade that, fills the hole that Hanley would have had. And on July 2nd, the Red Sox were up against a tough opponent in Max Scherzer, but it would ultimately be an unlikely candidate that came through against the reigning 2-time Cy Young winner.
Oh my goodness, Porcello's going to jack one to the bullpen on 2 hops. It's going to clear the bases, and the Red Sox lead 3-0. A 96 fastball turned around by a pitcher.
So Rick Porcello turns around his former Detroit Tigers teammate in Max Scherzer and puts the Red Sox up 3-0 in a game they'd go on to win. Also, on July 10th, the bases were loaded for Mookie Betts, looking to take the lead against the Toronto Blue Jays. It's time to party indeed. Mookie Betts with a 13 pitch at bat, ending in a grand slam. Absolutely electric stuff. For some personal experience, Chris, when that happened, that's when I started thinking like, this team's got to do it. This team has to go all the way.
Yeah, it was pretty unique in that it felt like the release of that home run after the 13 pitch at bat. It felt for 13 pitch at bat. Felt like they had just won a playoff game, even though it was the middle of July.
Yeah.
And it made sense. Honestly, it was weird.
So I was in Cape Cod during that game, and I live in New York. So obviously I'm not in the New England area, and there wasn't a house around, so I couldn't actually watch the game because it was blacked out. So I was listening on the radio, sitting in like my bedroom in the house, and that happened. And I went nuts. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's and I learned later on this season that listening to the game on radio kind of is anxiety inducing. It's quite
quite my God.
Yeah. It's wild. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. On July 14th, just days after that, in the same series, in fact, the Red Sox had the bases loaded in the 10th inning after tying the game in the 9th, and Xander Bogaerts was trying to send the fans home happy.
I'm hacking. Most of the big crowd up. They're all loaded. High fly ball deep into left center field.
Get out of
Way
here.
back it carries. That ball is gone. The Red Sox walk it off in style.
That's how it's done.
The X-Man strikes.
So Xander Bogaerts with a walk-off grand slam. They only needed a sac fly from him. There was less than 2 outs, but he said, "No, I'm gonna do more than that." And the Red Sox, they ended up finishing the first half 68-30. That is a .694 winning percentage, 4.5 games up in the division.
And now on to the All-Star Sox. A little first half recap, if you will. Mookie Betts, JD Martinez, Chris Sale, Craig Kimbrell, and Mitch Moreland all represented the Red Sox in the All-Star game. Mookie Betts definitely earned it. Argument for first half MVP for sure. Mookie Betts, his slash line up to this point was 359, 448, 691 for an 1139 OPS, a 470 WOBA, 199 weighted runs created plus, and 6.7 FWAR. And in all of those categories except on base percentage, he led Major League Baseball, the entire league. JD Martinez was also impressive offensively. He slashed 328, 393, 644 for a 1037 OPS, a 432 WOBA, 173 weighted runs created plus, and his 29 home runs in the first half were tied for the MLB lead. Mitch Moreland also was very good. He was slashing 278, 353, 500 for an 853 OPS, had a 362 WOBA and 126 weighted runs created plus. And Chris Sale on the pitching side of things was excellent. 10-4 record with a 2.23 ERA, a 2.18 FIP, and 13.12 strikeouts per nine, which led the majors. And Craig Kimbrell was very good closing out the games for guys like Chris Sale. He had accumulated 40 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.77 ERA, 13.72 strikeouts per nine, and 30 saves. And in the All-Star game, Mitch Moreland went 2 for 3. JD Martinez went 1 for 3, and Chris Sale pitched a scoreless first. So a very productive day for the Red Sox in the All-Star game in Washington. And to start out the second half, on July 25th, the Red Sox acquired Nathan Eovaldi in a trade. And on July 27th, the Sox were down 3-2 to the Twins, and that was when young third baseman Rafael Devers came up looking to tie it.
Three runs, 6 hits for Minnesota. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Red Sox. Shot deep to right, backing up Kepler at the bullpen and can't get it. It's into the pen and it's gone. That was an absolute laser beam, and the game is tied at 3. What a bullet by Devers, his 15th home run.
So the Red Sox tie it in this late July game. And later in the 10th inning, Mookie Betts came up trying to put an end to this game.
Going to fly to center. High fly ball. This one is way back. Kiss it goodbye deep into the night. The Red Sox walk it off. Mookie Betts, your final 4-3.
So Mookie Betts walks it off for the Red Sox in this game. While the division race was very tight, so every game really mattered. And all seemed well, but the Red Sox had a major issue. Chris Sale went on the injured list after this game, so the Red Sox would be without their ace moving forward for an indefinite amount of time. And on July 30th, the Red Sox made their last in-season move by trading for second baseman Ian Kinsler.
So now we get into the Yankee series, and I mean the Yankee series. On August 2nd, the Red Sox welcomed the Bombers to Fenway Park for a 4-game series over the weekend. The Red Sox went into this weekend 5.5 games up in the division, but with a losing record against the Yankees that season. And before the series, Yankees GM Brian Cashman sounded off about his thoughts on the Red Sox, where he said, quote, "You wonder what their record would be if they weren't playing us, because when we go head-to-head, we do some damage against them, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is capable." You know that Michael Jordan meme where it says, like, "and I took that personal"?
Yeah.
The Red Sox took this personal, specifically Steve Pearce, newly acquired Steve Pearce in Game 1 of the series.
Shot high and deep left field. That is into the monster seats for a home run. That got out quick. Now it's a 2-run game.
Yeah, he thought he fooled him the pitch before, got him way out front, but this one, he had something waiting for him.
You know, sometimes when you look bad on a pitch, you might want to look for it again, because you may get it again. And he did. And that time he just absolutely crushed it out of the ballpark. So the Red Sox that quickly back in the ballgame.
And Speedway will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. It's Mookie Betts. That makes a lot of sense. But he was in a state of shock. It's a high fly ball left field deep. Way back. It is gone. How do you like this comeback? Pearce with his second of the ball game. Totally out of Fenway.
And his second on a breaking ball. He got a breaking ball from Sabathia. He gets a spinner right there on the inside part of the plate from Holder.
Boy, this Red Sox team, I tell you, just you talk about Pierce what he did right there. Holder was in shock after the stolen base. Then he throws a cutter, hanger, 3-run Johnson. See ya.
And trying to make it 6.5 tonight. There's another one. High deep drive. Left field to the monster seats. It's off the light standard for his 3rd home run of the game.
Have a night.
Have a week. Goodness gracious.
Throw him another slider.
Steve Pierce tonight in Boston is the man.
So Steve Pierce, a guy who grew up a Red Sox fan, gets to do some damage against the New York Yankees. And in Game 2, Rick Porcello had a historic outing.
Trying to make fast work of this guy, and he does. That was good morning, good afternoon, good night. He gets him 1, 2, 3. Here's 1, 2. In there to catch him looking it.
I love that pitch. I mean, that pitch right there just gets left-handed hitters to quit. The two-seam fastball, you think it's inside, it comes back a little bit to the corner, and you're on your way back to the dugout. Just that little movement is enough. Don't hug me. Just put some of that freeze on it.
1, 2.
There it is. Telling you.
Got him. Pinned into the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rick Porcello.
Pull it back.
0-2. Put him away fast. 3 pitches.
Curveball, slider.
Yep.
See ya. This isn't really a good slider. Ball's up out of the zone.
Yeah, it's almost too high to hit.
Oh, 2. Foul tipped into the mid. Back-to-back K's. He's only needed 6 pitches.
I mean, this is a clinic, man. This inning right here. He took a two-seamer. He's setting up inside, but it runs out over the plate. Little foul tip. He'll take it.
And a nice little play by Leone, too, to hold on to that foul tip. That's worth something.
2-2 foul tipped into the mitt. He struck him out. And he has struck out 3 over the last 2 innings.
He is absolutely dealing right now.
And Duhar in the 3rd inning. In there to sit him down. Man, he's had some very quick outs.
Well, he really has, and he is coming right after these guys. He's got the 4-1 lead. He throws the little cutter right there, or a slider, one of the two.
Look at that.
He puts away another one. Man, he is a machine right. Back-to-back strikeouts.
I mean, he is just cruising.
I mean, it's one of those rare nights where it just looks like he can do anything he wants with the baseball. Whatever he thinks he wants to do, he can get it done.
And they go right along with it. I want you to swing at my high fastball.
Two. Puts him away with a breaking ball. 16 in a row.
Now that curveball tonight has been absolutely excellent for Porcello. I mean, it's been, for strike 1, for strike 2, for strike 3. He's had it all night long.
Red Sox on the verge of winning the first 2 of this huge series. Up the middle. Bogart.
Yes.
Got him. Magnificent. Rick Porcello ends the night by retiring 21 in a row. An incredible performance. The Red Sox win the ball game 4-1.
Best pitching performance of the season.
Last night, the Red Sox bludgeoned them with the bats. Tonight, Rick Porcello suffocates them on the mound.
Chris, I honestly don't know if I've ever seen like a better performance for a whole game from a Red Sox pitcher in my life. Like, I wasn't old enough for John Lester's no-hitter, neither Clay Buchholz. This may have been the one.
Yeah, it's probably the most efficient game ever pitched by by a Red Sox in our lifetime. Most efficient for sure.
And I'll get into how efficient it was. It is one of just 5 starts in baseball history with a game score above 90 in 86 pitches or less. And no, for the record, Greg Maddux isn't one of them. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Not even Greg Maddux could do it. It's called a Maddux. Greg Maddux didn't even do that. And it is the only start in baseball history with a game score above 90, 86 pitches or less, 9 strikeouts, and 0 walks. Rick Porcello.
You know what it is? Maddox never got the strikeout, so he couldn't get the
Exactly. But you think of complete game in less than 86 pitches. You think of Greg Maddux. He never got a game score at 90 though.
Yeah, was he really that good? I don't know. In Game 3 of the series, Mitch Moreland looked to give Chance Adams a rude awakening in his major league debut on the mound.
Word in the minors was he occasionally lacked poise in high leverage situations. Driven out to right deep.
See ya.
Robinson back. Kiss it goodbye. 2-0 Red Sox. Mitch Moreland strikes for number 13.
How about the production the Red Sox are getting from their first baseman? Unbelievable between.
So Mitch Moreland with a first inning home run, a 2-run home run at that. Later in the 4th, JD Martinez looked to add collateral damage.
8 games at Fenway, sitting .365 with 18 homers. Toyo Tire's the official tire of the Red Sox. High fly ball, jack deep to left field for the monster seats. It is gone. And there is your major league home run leader again with number 33.
Yeah, you can't be half-stepping with that mediocre cheese in there. He just loses it.
Great that we get some Dennis Eckersley in this episode.
Being a Red Sox fan, one of the best treatments I've ever had is the 3-man booth between Dave O'Brien, Jerry Remy, and Dennis Eckersley.
It was literally the only good thing about the 2020 Red Sox season.
It was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still miss Don Orsillo with all my heart, but I love having the 3 of those guys in there, particularly just because Eck and Remy are both very fun to listen to.
Yeah. We miss Orsillo, but O'Brien he's a solid replacement. He's a good play-by-play guy, but he's not the personality that Orsillo ever was. Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine because, those 2 guys provide the personality.
For sure. Yes.
So JD Martinez hits a home run in that game, and Nathan Eovaldi also went 8 shutout innings in that one, and the Red Sox won 4-1. They were just 1 game away from sweeping the New York Yankees. But in Game 4, they were trailing 4-1 entering the 9th inning, and after Aroldis Chapman had walked Sandy Leon, Mookie Betts, and Steve Pearce to load the bases, JD Martinez came up with 2 outs.
The last of the night. On the first pitch, lined into center field, a base hit. Leon scores. Here's Mookie, and it's a 1-run game.
So all of a sudden, the Red Sox are now down by 1, and the next batter was Xander Bogaerts.
Bogaerts with a chopper up the third baseline for Andujar. Long throw. They can't make the play. Here comes Bradley to score, and this game is tied. Santa Maria.
So the Yankees fumble the bag, and the Red Sox, by some sort of miracle, tie the game on one of the most improbable plays ever.
It was
sick.
It was thank goodness for Miguel Andujar.
Absolutely. Later in the 10th inning,
his defense was one of the only reasons he did not win Rookie of the Year that year.
Yes, precisely that. Later in the 10th, Andrew Benintendi looked to finish off all the damage that had been done so far.
2 balls and a strike. Bounced up the middle and through, and that's how the Red Sox have walked it off tonight. Wow!
Shout out Tony Renda.
I was so badly thinking about changing the lead in to be like, and then Tony Renda was on second trying to score the winning run. Yeah, Tony Renda, his only appearance this entire year was that pinch running appearance where he ended up scoring the winning run. And Sandy Leon wouldn't have scored on that, so that was a very good decision by Alex Cora. But the Red Sox sweep the Yankees, and they are 9.5 games up in the division. So now they continue on. After the series, the Red Sox won 9 of their next 11. And during this time, Chris Sale made his return from the injured list.
Retired the first 6. Nunez got a hit. He's retired everybody else since. 2-2 delivery on the way. Another one. Oh, mercy. That's 12 strikeouts in the ball game.
One of the most forgotten parts of that season was that Chris Sale made one start off the IL before going back there for another month, and he had 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, and 12 strikeouts.
Yeah,
and for the record,
that was incredible. Like, I remember watching that game, and it really...
Does that guy look hurt to you?
He was throwing the hardest he had all year, and it looked like he was playing a team from the New York Penn League.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the Tri-City Valley Cats, though.
No disrespect, but he would have... It looked like, not the Tri-City Valley Cats, but he probably would have... This probably looked like a start with him against the Connecticut Tigers.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Valley Cats actually won that year. I could be wrong though. I don't think they did actually. I think they won.
In 2018, I worked for the Connecticut Tigers, and their offense was not very good. So I can assure him that credit.
Sure. This remains the only start in baseball history with 5 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, and 1 hit allowed. And like I mentioned, although Sale looked great, he actually had to go back on the injured list for another month. And the Red Sox finished the month of August 93-43, 50 games over 500. They were more games over 500 than they had losses, and they were 7.5 games up.
And then we get down to business in the Red Sox finishing out the regular season to become the best regular season team in team history. And on September 5th, the Red Sox had been in a wild game against the Atlanta Braves. After already tying the game when down 7-1 in the 8th, they were later trailing 8-7 in the 9th, down at their final out. And it was September call-up and minor league signing Brandon Phillips looking to show that he still had something that was left in the tank.
Swing and a drive deep left field. Brandon Phillips ambushes and just hit a 2-run homer. They almost hit that to his front porch in Stone Mountain.
So Brandon Phillips, a man who had probably less than 20 plate appearances with the team in total, comes up with a go-ahead home run, and that won them the game.
Former team.
Facing one of his former teams.
Yeah.
And in mid-September, Chris Sale finally made his return to the rotation. David Price was, in Chris Sale's absence, stepped up as the number 1. And he went 4-1 with a 1.75 ERA and 1.8 FWAR. Both his ERA and FWAR were second in the American League over that time. And on September 12th, In a game that was started by Price, the Red Sox were going for a milestone victory.
Yeah, go get him.
0-2.
Yes.
He struck him out. And the Red Sox win it 1-0. And for the first time.
That was their 100th win.
Their 100th victory. MLB film room going off. It was their 100th victory. And this was the first time in a very long time.
1946.
1946. It had been since Ted Williams's 1946 Red Sox, where he won his first MVP after winning Triple Crown and hitting 406. Was his first MVP, and the Red Sox won 100 games. It had been since 72 years since they'd won 100 games. And on September 20th, more importantly, they had a magic number for the division at 1. They needed one game to win their division.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it as the Red Sox clinch the American League East for the 3rd straight year.
So there it is. They clinched the American League East for the 3rd straight year, as you heard from Michael Kay. And on September 24th, they went for a Red Sox franchise record.
And Barnes ready. And a ground ball to Brock Holt. He's there. Win number 106. The Red Sox all-time record. 2018, the winningest season in the club's.
Peep the Hall of Famer baseball person over there on YouTube.
Yeah. Shout out to Tony La Russa. And the Red Sox finished the season 108-54. However, many were skeptical about them going into the playoffs. Their bullpen had a 4.77 ERA in the month of September, and also they had not done very well against. They'd been pretty much average against teams that were in the postseason. So there was a little bit of skepticism heading into this postseason.
So now, before the postseason, we're going to look at those who were successful in 2018. First of all, we got to talk about Mookie Betts, the American League most valuable player, and he deserved it. He slashed 346, 438, 640 for a 1078 OPS on the season, 10.6 B WAR, and 10.4 F WAR. He also produced the only season in baseball history with a 180 OPS plus, 25 stolen bases, and 1.5 D WAR. Yeah, no surprise that Mookie was the American League MVP that season. JD Martinez, in his first season with the Red Sox, coming on as a big free agent contract, he slashed 330, 402, 629, 1031 with 43 home runs and 130 RBIs. Betts and Martinez are the only teammates since 1938 with 6.5 offensive WAR, a 300-plus average, and 30 home runs. And this got him 4th in the MVP vote. Also, I think that stat might mean to say 330 instead of 300, but I could be wrong. Sander Bogarts, their shortstop, slash 288, 360, 522, 883 with 133 weighted runs created plus 23 home runs and 103 RBI. This got him 4.9 F WAR and 13th in the MVP vote. Also, Chris Sale. He went 12-4 with a 2.11 ERA, 158 innings pitched. If only he qualified, he was just 4 innings shy. Also a 2.09 ERA plus with 13.5 strikeouts per 9. This got him 22nd in the MVP vote and 4th in the Cy Young vote. Also, the 2018 Red Sox are the only team in baseball history to have 4 pitchers with 12 plus wins, 8.5 plus strikeouts per 9, a 100 ERA plus, and 50 or less walks. The 4 pitchers to do that were Sale, Price, Porcello, and Eduardo Rodriguez. Also, Craig Kimbrell, he pitched 62 in third innings pitched, 42 saves, a 2.74 ERA, 161 ERA plus, and 13.9 strikeouts per 9. Also, quick shout out to Ryan Brazier, a reliever they had gotten from Japan the year before, who hadn't pitched in the majors since 2013, and he had a 1.80 ERA in 33 2/3 innings pitched. Very impressive. Also, Alex Cora, second in the Manager of the Year vote. And also, he made headlines during the season when it was revealed that he put up a picture from every team win on a wall in his office, sort of bond all the guys, and it was awesome. But now, none of that means anything if they don't win the World Series, and they had to do it first against the New York Yankees in the American League Division Series. And in Game 1, after Chris Sale set down the Yankees in the first, JD Martinez looked to set the tone for this big series.
At second, reached on a single. Pierce draws the walk. And the 2-0 to Martinez. Pulls one deep left field. Is it high enough? It is gone! It just sneaks over the monster! And a 3-run bomb! JD Martinez puts the Red Sox on the board first.
So the Red Sox had quite the start in that one. JD Martinez getting it going. The Red Sox would add 2 more in the third on a Pierce single and a Bogart sac fly. And after Chris Sale departed through 5 1/3 innings, he left 2 stranded base runners, and that's where trouble began. The Yankees chipped away quickly and made it a 5-2 game, and the bases were loaded in the 6th with Brandon Workman facing Gleyber Torres.
2 outs. All 3 runners will get a head start. And it's Workman who starts from the windup. There they go. The pitch, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. What a big moment in the game. Workman strikes out Torres to end it. Yankees get 2, and it's 5-2 Boston.
A beautiful pitch there from Brandon Workman in a huge situation. The Red Sox went into the 8th, leading 5-3, and all the questions about what they were going to do with their bullpen, how are they going to build that bridge to Craig Kimbrell, they were answered by Alex Cora bringing out Rick Porcello, a starter, to pitch a scoreless 8th. Nobody expected him to do that, but he did, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
and
and
9th,
I remember when we were watching that game, the 5th through like the 7th innings were so slow, and it
was miserable,
extremely, methodically. And then Rick Porcello came in. There was maybe 10 seconds in between each pitch. Everyone was so happy when that inning happened. It was a big sigh of relief.
I was worried. Like, I was ready for like Matt Barnes. I mean, no disrespect to Matt Barnes, but I was like, all right, he's going to come out. Like, how confident do I feel? And Rick Porcello obviously did a great job. And then in the 9th, Craig Kimbrell, he did give up a leadoff home run to Aaron Judge, but he looked to lock it down in a 5-4 game.
Sox win.
So the Red Sox win Game 1 in one of the many games from this postseason that took years off of our lives, but it was worth it. So they go up 1-0 in the series, and in Game 2, David Price, with the postseason narrative, would unfortunately keep it going on this night, as he gave up 3 runs in less than 2 innings. And in the 4th, Xander Bogaerts came up looking to chip away.
Xander Bogaerts, high drive, deep center. Gardner is out of room. It's gone. Down goes the beer. Xander Bogaerts, a solo home run, and Boston is on the board. 3-1 Yankees.
I don't know if you noticed there, Chris, but I was today years old when I saw that on Bogart's home run there, the scoreboard said bets.
It said bets.
It said bets, and there was a number 50. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's
It wasn't even up next, so there's no excuse.
Someone got fired that night.
See.
Unfortunately, it would not be enough. The Yankees ended up winning 6-2. And after this game, Aaron Judge blasted the song New York, New York by Frank Sinatra when walking back past the Red Sox clubhouse. And we know what happens when the Yankees do this to the Red Sox. Doesn't end well for them. So now we go to game 3 in the Bronx. The Red Sox scored 3 runs in the first 3 innings of the game on RBIs from Christian Vasquez, JD Martinez, and Rafael Devers. In the 4th, the wheels all came off for the Bombers. After Mookie Betts walked to score in a run, Andrew Benintendi looked to put the game out of reach.
A number 2 hitter driving in 87 runs this season. And he rips that one, fair ball, down into the corner it goes. 1 run is in. Vasquez, right behind him is Bradley, and Betts right behind him. A 3 RBI double. Andrew Benintendi.
So Andrew Benintendi makes it a 7-0 game in the 4th. And this one got away quickly as the Red Sox ran away. And also Nathan Eovaldi pitched 7 innings of a 1-run ball. But make no mistake about it, this game belonged to utility infielder and legend Brock Holt.
Yankees fans waiting for their team to jump back into the fray here. Down 3-0, and first ball swinging Brock Holt, a base hit. And the singles continue to come for the Red Sox. Their 6th hit, all of them are singles.
Well, this is turning into the best lineup change in the history of the game by Alex Cora, with Brock Holt and Devers, Vasquez.
2 on for Holt, and a line drive, fair ball, into the corner it goes. More runs are coming in for Boston. Pierce trying to score from first. He is in. On his way to third is Holt. It's a 2 RBI triple. Can you believe this? 10-0 Boston. And a 7 spot in the 4th inning.
Well, another hit down into the corner. And we said before that Aaron Judge plays so far in the gap in right center. By the time he gets to this ball, the 2 runs are going to score easily, and Holt turns it into a triple.
And I read back in the World Series. That one's driven into right center field. Brock Holt. And on the chase, that is going to bounce up and out. Have a night, Brock Holt. It's a ground rule double. Devers will score the run. It's an RBI double for Holt, who has 3 runs batted in, is a home run shy of the cycle right now. Single, triple, double, and a 3-for-5 night.
Just a fastball up and over the plate from Tarpley to Holt. Doesn't get any hotter than that for Brock.
Makes it 12-1 and a little shimmy. Would that be the dead fish?
Yes.
That ball's ripped down the right field line. That is a fair ball home run, and the cycle for Brock Holt. He hits for the cycle in a postseason game. So what if it's off a position player? History for Brock Holt. Single, triple, double, homer. 16-1 Boston.
So Brock Holt, the only player to this point to hit for the cycle in a postseason game. Chris, my favorite part about this whole game in general was like Yankee Stadium in the playoffs is obviously known for being like a very loud, hostile environment. And on Brock Holt's double, you can literally hear someone yell the word dive towards the outfielders.
Yeah.
Like that place cleared out so quick.
It was like the Masters right before someone's about to hit a drive. That's how quiet it was.
That's what it was. The Red Sox won 16-1, and that is to this day the most lopsided game in Yankees postseason history. It's such a historic franchise. The Red Sox came in there and won 16-1. There has never been another Yankee playoff game, whether the Yankees won or lost, with that margin. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now the Red Sox are one game away from ending the Yankees season, and they could do it in their own house if they win in Game 4. The Red Sox got off to an early 1-0 lead on a JD sac fly in the third inning, and later in that same inning, Ian Kinsler looked to come through with 2 outs.
Now another base hit for Boston. Could certainly tighten the screws on Aaron Boone. That one's hit hard left field. Gardner can't make the play. Bounces off the wall. Pierce scores. Kinsler into second base with an RBI double. It is 2-0 Boston.
So Ian Kinsler makes it a 2-0 game. The next batter was Eduardo Nunez. Former Yankee, might I add.
Yeah.
4 hits for Boston, 2 of them in this inning. 2 hits, a hit batter, and now another base hit. Nunez into left field. Kinsler's going to turn and head home. It's going to be 3-0 Red Sox. Eduardo Nunez with a 2-out RBI single. His first RBI of the postseason.
The Red Sox go up 3-0 early on the Yankees, and then in the top of the 4th, Christian Vazquez looking to tack on.
Season, but one of the great closing seasons in the history. Fly ball right field. Vazquez sending Judge back. Got some carry, and this ball's going to bounce out. It's a home run for Vazquez. 4-0 Boston as Vazquez goes deep.
So Christian Vazquez with a very Yankee Stadium-esque home run makes it 4-0. The Red Sox were taking control early in this ball game. And as the game went on, Rick Porcello continued to deal, and Alex Cora kept his bullpen strategy as Chris Sale pitched a 1-2-3-8. Craig Kimbrell went into the 9th, but gave us all a heart attack. I'm sure we all remember this one, Chris. Yeah. After a single, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch, Gary Sanchez hit a sac fly to make it a 4-3 game. The tying run was on second, and the Yankees were down to their last out.
He hit Neil Walker.
Yeah, on the first pitch.
The first pitch.
It wasn't even a competitive at-bat.
Here he comes, the 1-2. Bouncing ball, going to be a tough play. Nunez gloves, throws, and time for the out. The Red Sox will celebrate, but there will be a challenge you can guarantee. Put the pause button on.
That challenge doesn't matter. The Red Sox eliminate the Yankees on their own turf in a season where they were supposed to run the AL East and move on to the American League Championship Series against the Houston Astros, the defending champs, and Alex Cora's old group of guys.
And are you gonna?
I wanted to open up to you. Any thoughts on this series? Personal experience, memories? What was it like?
First of all, I will say Christian Vazquez 320-foot homer might have been my favorite of the season. Might have given me the most happiness because the Red Sox kept giving up those types of homers to the Yankees. Yeah. And when Vazquez did that, that was maybe the happiest I was at a home run during that whole season.
So I live in New York, right? Obviously, I mean, it's not New York City. It's a different part of the state, but still, it's Yankee Town. And man, I cannot believe I didn't get expelled from school after the series ended. That is all I'll say.
Yeah, it was glorious. We didn't really experience 2004 but this was as close as it could get, beating the Yankees in a postseason series.
Like people like strictly, and I'm talking like teachers and students like strictly avoided me in school. I didn't have any intentions of being mean, but if I said hi to someone, they would like strictly avoid me, being like, I'm not talking to you today. I'm like, why not? What happened? Did I do something? Oh wait, the Luis Severino forgot what time the game started. I forgot. That's right. Yeah. JD Martinez in the series. Do you want to say something?
No.
JD Martinez in the series /357, 421, 571 for a 992 OPS with a home run, 6 RBIs, and 3 walks. Ian Kinsler also /308, 357, 462, 819 in a big series for him. Also from the bullpen, Joe Kelly, Heath Hembry, Matt Barnes, and Ryan Brazier all pitched at least 2 shutout innings. And the Red Sox were going to compete for the American League Championship.
So in that American League Championship series, they're facing the defending champion Astros. And the Red Sox were kind of seen as slight underdogs, I would say. The Astros had won 103 games themselves. They weren't really healthy the entire season. I guess they were in a more competitive division. So we will see how the Red Sox fared against these odds. And the Astros went up early on a George Springer 2-run single, the newly acquired by the Blue Jays, George Springer. But at this time, he was an Astro. And after that, Chris Sale and Justin Verlander settled in. And in the bottom of the 5th, the Red Sox loaded the bases for Mitch Moreland, who drew an RBI walk. And 2 batters later, Andrew Benintendi came up to the plate looking to tie it.
Now Benintendi in a hole. The 1-2 from Verlander. A little half swing, gets away. Maldonado can't fetch. It's a run in. It's a tie game. Everybody advances.
So Andrew Benintendi doesn't particularly tie it up, but it's a tie game nonetheless on a wild pitch. Unfortunately, the Astros took over from the 6th inning on, and they won the game by the score of 7-2. Then in game 2, the Red Sox took an early lead on an Andrew Benintendi first inning single, and later in the inning, Rafael Devers, their rookie third baseman, looked to tack on.
Here's a 2-2. Devers into left field, a base hit. Benintendi scores the run. Boston adds to it, 2-0. And Devers gets the call over Nunez and delivers for his manager right away.
Well, there was a game against the Yankees. Well, now it's...
So Devers makes it a 2-0 ball game for the Boston Red Sox. And the Astros later tied it. However, despite this, the Astros later tied it on a George Springer single and took a 4-2 lead on a Marwin Gonzalez 2-run homer. And in the bottom of the 3rd, the Red Sox had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Jackie Bradley Jr. looked to sway the momentum.
Now, he sure is. Pitchers love throwing to him. In the air, left field, that is slicing down in the corner, and it is off the wall. 2 runs are in, and Devers is going to score. It's a 3-run double. Jackie Bradley Jr. Boston on top.
So Bradley, with the runners going on contact, drives in 3 runs on a double to give the Red Sox a 5-4 lead. And in the bottom of the 8th, with the Red Sox now leading 6-4, Mookie Betts looked to provide some insurance for the Red Sox.
Over the top, looking for a big hit from Betts if you're with the Red Sox.
And a line shot right center. It's down. Devers will score. Leon to third, into second with an RBI double is Mookie Betts. defensive MVP.
So it's 7-4 Red Sox now, and the Red Sox ended up winning the game by the score of 7-5. So then in Game 3, they go to Houston, and with Betts and Andrew Benintendi both reaching on singles, JD Martinez looked to give the Red Sox an early lead.
2 on. Martinez, a base hit just inside the bag. Betts will turn and head home. He'll score easily. On his way to second, Martinez. He's in with a double. It's an RBI for J.D. Martinez, and it's 1-0 Boston in the first inning.
You know, Brian, there was
Martinez gives the Red Sox the lead early in Game 3. And the Sox got another run on the inning on a Xander Bogaerts ground out. And after the Astros tied the game in the 5th inning, Steve Pearce immediately looked back to take the lead.
2-2. Pierce hit the near wall scraper in the 3rd inning. That was caught by Tony Kemp. And Pierce drills one deep to left field down the line. If it stays fair, it's gone. It is fair. It is gone. And the Red Sox lead it 3-2 on a solo home run by Steve Pearce, who absolutely crushed that pitch into the Crawford boxes and right down the left field line. Pierce with a postseason home run, his first of the postseason, and A.J. Hinch making the stroll out to get Joe Smith, and the Red Sox get the lead right back.
So now the Red Sox have the lead back after giving it up in the 5th inning. And in the 8th, the Red Sox extended the lead on a Mitch Moreland hit by pitch. Then Jackie Bradley Jr. looked to put it away against the Astros.
Oh, you'd love to see Jackie come up with another one of those 3-run doubles here. Again, there's only been 10 of them in American League Championship Series history, and Jackie has one.
And the 1-1 to JBJ. Swinging a high drive to right field. Reddick going back to the warning track. This ball is going, and it is gone. A grand slam for Jackie Bradley Jr. And the Red Sox have broken it open. They lead it 8-2. Can you believe it? Jackie with a 3-run double in Game 2 and a grand slam in Game 3. And it's 8-2 Red Sox. And that will do it for Osuna.
So the Red Sox and Jackie Bradley Jr. break it open to make it 8-2. And the Red Sox would win by that exact score, giving them a 2-1 series lead. And now in Game 4, the Red Sox once again threatened early with men in scoring position with 2 outs. Rafael Devers was up, looking to take advantage of the opportunity.
No balls, 2 strikes. Devers in the air, left center field. It is down, a base hit. Betts is in to score. Martinez will score. And the Red Sox strike first again. Rafael Devers with a 2 RBI single, and it's 2-0 Boston right out.
So the Red Sox once again capitalized with runners in scoring position. And the Astros got 1 back in the first, but it very well could have been more, as the Red Sox got a bit of a break, I guess you could say, or the right call on a fan interference call. If you don't remember, it was a Jose Altuve fly ball to right. A fan kind of interfered, went over the fence, and it was called an out, thanks to, in part, to Mookie Betts' historically good defense. And the teams went back and forth until it was 5-4 Houston in the 6th inning. Then Jackie Bradley Jr. looked to give his team the lead back.
Pitch, and he swings and drives one to deep right. Back it goes, and this ball is long gone. 2-run homer, JBJ. And the Red Sox have the lead. 6-5 Boston. Jackie Bradley Jr. with 9 RBIs in this series. Oh, did he launch it? First.
So now the Red Sox have the lead back thanks to the repeated heroics of Jackie Bradley Jr. And later in the 9th, it was 8-6 Red Sox. But Craig Kimbrell was struggling. After walking the bases loaded and inducing 2 fly balls, the Astros had the tying run on second and 2 outs for Alex Bregman.
He's walked the bases loaded here in the 9th inning, and now he's got to face Mr. Clutch, who thrives and lives for these moments.
Kimbrell deals. Bregman in the air, left field. Benintendi dives, and he makes the catch. Oh, what a play! Game saver, Andrew Benintendi.
He got it. The Red Sox win.
The Red Sox win.
As I just went head over heels in my chair.
Joe just fell down.
Oh, wow. What a catch by Andrew Benintendi. Unbelievable. What a play. And the Red Sox lead the series 3-1. Tremendous play by Benny. Benny came on, went to his glove side, took a dive, and made a sensational catch.
Yeah, and for some personal experience, I sort of envy my dad for this. My dad fell asleep around the 7th or 8th inning.
Can't do that.
Missed all that drama. And then Alex Bregman hits that one into left. Benintendi makes the catch, and I eventually wake my dad up through some celebration.
Yeah. How many different emotions did you go through in those 3 seconds? Because when it went up, I honestly thought, oh, he's got that easy. Like, I didn't think he was even going to need to dive.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, he's going to have to come in on it, but he will probably get this. It looked like it was going to hang up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he sprawled out for it, but I wasn't completely shocked that it was a catch, you know.
No, I thought he was just gonna make it on the run. Like, I didn't think a dive would even be necessary. I was like, oh wait, he's got that, and then he dove. Full disclosure, I had tickets to Game 6 of the series, and so I mean, obviously, I'm still rooting for the Red Sox to win. But if the Astros were to come back and win that game, I was not going to be the most angry person in the world, because that would mean I'm going to a playoff game. But I'm okay with the end result anyway.
Yeah. After this game, what the wild ride was, it seemed very much over the series, and it seemed like even with going against Justin Verlander, it just didn't seem like the Astros were going to come back from that. And so in Game 5, after Verlander and Price were scoreless through the first 2 innings, JD Martinez looked to put the Red Sox on the board.
And he's trying to make it 3 Ks in a row. The 0-2.
Perfect pitch there, missed by the home plate umpire. Perfect slider. This is how you diagram it up.
And a 1-2 is deep in the left field, and J.D. Martinez with a home run. Boston strikes first as Martinez pops his second home run of this postseason, his first of the LCS. Red Sox 1-0.
And the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead in this Game 5. And later in the 6th inning, it was still 1-0, and Rafael Devers looked to put the game out of reach.
Here's the pitch, and he swings and hits one in the air to left field pretty well. Back goes Kemp, back toward the wall, looking up, and this ball is gone! 3-run homer, Rafi Devers, 4-0 Red Sox. It kept carrying and went into the Crawford boxes just to the left of that corner out there where the seats jut out. Played perfectly, and a 3-run homer, Rafi. his first home run of this postseason, and the Red Sox have a 4-0 lead in what could be the clincher.
Pretty interesting thought process by that kid there.
Don't throw it back. That's a postseason home run. Doesn't matter if it was hit against your team.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw a ball back, you got to be like that guy at Fenway who bounced it off.
You either have to be the guy who bounces it, who hits the player as he's rounding the bases, a moving target, or you got to be like Henry Rowan Gardner.
Yeah, you got to be like Rowan Gardner.
Like you can't. It's got to be a strong throw. Like you got to make it to the infield, no exceptions.
Yeah, you can't just wimp it out to the warning track.
No.
That's not acceptable. But anyway, the Red Sox were up 4-0. Meanwhile, David Price was looking to set aside the narrative that he was a choke artist.
I don't think we've ever seen a starting pitcher prepare for his start, much like David Price did yesterday in the bullpen.
And a strikeout for Price. But he's in the cleanup spot tonight as he takes a call. Strike 3. David Price has excellent command to start. 2 outs. Price deals, and it's a call. Strike 3.
Vasquez signed down, and now David Reddy lifts the leg. Pitch home, and strike 3 called. He got him on the inner half of the plate, just above the kneecaps.
The swing and a miss. David Price spots that fastball on the inside corner again. He picks up his 5th strikeout.
Pitch from Price. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with 1 down and away as David kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him chasing one in the dirt. That is strike 3. And Price with his 7th strikeout.
And he got him. That is strikeout number 8.
Risnick swings, hits a little dribbler, third base side. Price off the mound, fires on 1 hop, scoop for the out. Nice play by Moreland as David Price has an easy 5th inning. So he's at 81 pitches through 5.
His next strikeout will set a new postseason career high for him. He's sitting on 8. This is a huge story developing, and a swing and a miss. It's his 9th strikeout for David Price.
So Price with a 9 strikeout performance, 6 shutout innings for the 2012 Cy Young winner. And in the 9th inning, Craig Kimbrell would have a much easier time getting outs than he previously did in the postseason.
Kimbrell and the Red Sox an out away. Astros are a base runner away from bringing the tying run up. Kimbrell deals in the air, deep left field.
Moving back toward the wall. He reaches up, he makes the catch, and the Red Sox have won the American League pennant for the 14th time in their history. Andrew Benintendi with the last put out there, mobbing Craig Kimbrell.
On the road once again, World Series bound. The 4th trip in the last 15 years, and the first time since 2013.
This incredible season is going.
And just like that, the Red Sox are American League champions in 2018. The headliners of that series, Jackie Bradley would win ALCS MVP, slashing 200, 400, 667 for a 1067 OPS. He had 2 home runs and 9 RBI along with 4 walks.
He had 3 hits, and they were at the most perfect times. Like if you could have handpicked 3 at bats for him to get his hits, they were the exact ones, and it was 2 home runs and a double.
Yes, it's exactly that. It was pretty incredible that he was able to win ALCS MVP on 3 hits, and it made complete sense.
It did.
Rafael Devers was also very good. Actually excellent. 385 average, 1082 OPS with a home run, 6 RBI and 2 walks. JD Martinez was very good as well. 278 average, 409 on base percentage, 500 slugging for a 909 OPS, one home run, 3 RBI, and 4 walks. And Steve Pearce hit .214 with a 353 OBP, 500 slugging, and 853 OPS with a home run and 3 walks. And Nathan Eovaldi on the pitching side of things made a start and a relief appearance, going 7 1/3 with 2 earned runs allowed and 5 strikeouts. And David Price, in total, 10 2/3 innings pitched, a 3.38 ERA, and 13 strikeouts in those 10 2/3 innings pitched.
So the Red Sox are now in the World Series against the defending NL champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And in Game 1 at Fenway, after Mookie Betts led off with a single and stole second, Andrew Benintendi had a chance to drive him in early.
Right side, base hit. Here comes Betts. Puig comes up throwing. Throw no good, too high. Down to second, Benintendi. 1-0 Boston in the first. Well, Puig.
So the Red Sox get an early 1-0 lead on the Benintendi single. They would get another 2 batters later on a Martinez single to go up 2-0. Throughout the later innings, the Dodgers tied it on a Matt Kemp home run and a Manny Machado single. In the bottom of the third, JD Martinez looked to give the Red Sox back the lead.
Balls went in with a fastball. Flied into center field, back at the wall. It is off the wall. Running around third is Pearce. Red Sox regain the lead. It's 3-2.
So the Red Sox go up 3-2 on the double by JD Martinez. And later on, after the teams continued scoring, it was 5-4 Red Sox with 2 men on. The Red Sox, Alex Cora, subbed Rafael Devers and pinch hit Eduardo Nunez.
Ball hitter off the left-handers. That is hammered into left. It is gone. Pinch hit 3-run home run, Nunez. And the Red Sox open up game 1.
So Alex Cora with a genius decision to bring Eduardo Nunez in that position. The Red Sox go up 8-4. They go on to win by that score, and they go up 1-0 in the series. So now we move on to game 2. In the bottom of the second, Xander Bogaerts was on second with 2 outs, and Ian Kinsler was looking to drive him in.
That's a base hit. Here comes Bogaerts. The Red Sox jump on top in game 2. Another 2-out RBI for Boston. It belongs to Kinsler.
So the Red Sox go up 1-0 on the big hit by Ian Kinsler. In the fourth, the Dodgers took the lead on a Matt Kemp sac fly and a Yasiel Puig RBI single, making it a 2-1 game. In the bottom of the fifth, Steve Pearce tied the game with an RBI walk against Ryan Madsen, and the next batter was JD Martinez.
And now you go from Pearce to JD Martinez. After a huge year, flies one into right. This one will drop. Red Sox are on top. 2-run score. It's 4-2. He doesn't always try to do it one.
I will never understand why Yasiel Puig was playing so far back, or at least why he was positioned so far back. But it was cool in the moment. The Red Sox took a 4-2 lead. David Price and the bullpen shut it down. The Red Sox won 4-2. They were up 2-0 going into Hollywood. So now in game 3. It was a pretty dramatic pitcher's duel between Walker Buehler and Rick Porcello. Through the first 7 innings, it was 1-0 Dodgers on a home run in the third by Jock Peterson. In the top of the 8th, closer Kenley Jansen came in to face ALCS MVP Jackie Bradley Jr.
Bradley trying to pull one out of here. Fly ball into right. Back at the wall. This game is tied.
The Red Sox tie the game. Jackie with a clutch home run against Jansen. And this game, the statement that it goes into extras is an understatement. In the 10th, the Red Sox had the go-ahead run at third with one out, and Eduardo Nunez was up. All he needed was a deep enough fly ball.
10th inning, the pitch. And a fly ball into center field. Bellinger's got a great arm. He's underneath it. He makes the catch. Here comes Kinsler. The throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate. What a throw. Bellinger guns down Ian Kinsler. And the Dodgers avoid some serious damage. Cody.
So Cody Bellinger makes a picture-perfect throw to keep the game tied and bring it to the bottom of the 10th, although the Dodgers would not score. Deep into the 13th inning, the Red Sox took the lead on an awkward play at first, and later in the bottom of the inning, the Dodgers were down to their final out.
Muncy at second, the 1-1. That's up the middle. It's backhanded. Throw to first is wide. This game is tied. Kinsler threw it wide. It's 2-2. The question is, did the ball go in the well? And they're going to look at it now.
So Ian Kinsler throws the ball away and allows the game to be tied. If he just held the ball, the Red Sox would have actually gone on to win on the next batter. This game would go deep into the night, and Alex Cora's game plan was pretty clear. Ride Nathan Eovaldi till the very end.
Well, here is Nathan Eovaldi after a scoreless 11th put up by Heath Hembry. 3-2. Struck him out. 1-0-1. Here's Barnes now. Popping up into right. Mookie Betts is there, and this game is going to the 14th inning. Fought it off. Little fly ball into right. Mookie Betts is there. Leading 2-0. Here's a 3-2. Struck him out. Here's a 2-2. Got him on the inside corner. 0-2. Struck him out. Eovaldi gets through another scoreless inning. Couldn't get another hit. A strikeout, 96 from Eovaldi. Muncy flies one in the air to left center. Back at the wall, and it's gone! It's over! Muncy, a walk-off home run to win Game 3 in the 18th. Night.
So Max Muncy walks it off in a game that took literally years off of our lives. This game lasted 7 hours and 20 minutes. It was the longest game in World Series history. For us, it ended at 3:30 in the morning. It honestly felt longer. And I'm going to tell a personal story. Chris, you know exactly what this is. I've probably told this to you on multiple occasions, but I was a senior in high school. You know, it was October. You know, I had to start up on the college application process, which later brought me to Springfield College, which is pretty cool. Glad for that. But I had to take the ACT, that test that they make. I mean, you don't even have to take it, but my mom wanted me to. And this game happened on a Friday night. I had to take it that Saturday morning. And I was at a tutoring session the night before, and I left like 15 minutes before the game started because I didn't want to miss anything. And the guy told me, hey, don't stay up too late watching the game. Like, make sure you get some rest. You got a big test tomorrow. And I was like, yeah. Of course not. I'm not going to do that. Of course, I didn't realize the game was going to go until 3:30 in the morning, and I still stayed up for the whole thing. It was miserable. and I got 3 hours of sleep, and I took a 4.5-hour test. So, yeah, I spent more time taking the test than I did sleeping. You did yourself there.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that I remember that. Yeah, it was kind of discomforting, and yeah, that Kinsler play definitely
I died inside.
Did not make things easy, but I still felt comfortable with the series. But then Game 4 got a little rocky.
Yeah, so it was another pitcher's duel, this time by Rich Hill and Eduardo Rodriguez. In the bottom of the 6th, the Dodgers took a 1-0 lead on a throwing error by Christian Vasquez. And after that, Yasiel Puig looked to blow it open.
3-1 with runners at first and third. Rodriguez to Puig. Fly ball to left. It's on its way, and it's a 3-run home run for Yasiel Puig. Dodgers come out of the dugout to greet Puig, the conquering hero. Now he's inside the dugout, getting high fives, pats on the back.
Yasiel Puig crushes one. And all the momentum the Red Sox had built up at Fenway was gone. I remember at this point I was moving on to the idea that, all right, Sox in 6, let's win this thing at Fenway. And someone in the clubhouse was not taking too kindly to all of this.
Look at Chris Sale pumping up his teammates in the dugout.
Chris Sale was not happy with the offense, and I don't blame him because he always got the short end of the stick of the offense when he started with the Red Sox. But yeah, he was not happy. In the 7th inning, do you want to say something? Sorry.
No.
Okay. In the top of the 7th, Mitch Moreland came up with 2 on and 2 out, looking to answer Chris Sale's demands.
Leading by 4. High fly ball to right. Back at the wall. It is gone. Pinch hit 3-run home run Moreland. And the Red Sox are within a run.
So Mitch Moreland crushes a 3-run home run. One of the farthest home, other than Giancarlo Stanton hitting one out of Dodger Stadium, that might be the longest home run I've ever seen in that ballpark. That ball was destroyed. And it made it a 4-3 game. And I got to admit, when that home run was hit, it felt inevitable that the game was going to be tied at one point. And the next inning, Steve Pearce looked to do just that.
Team. So 0 for 41, the top 4 spots in these 2 games. Here's a fly ball into left center. Back is Bellinger at the wall. The game is tied. Steve Pearce. Four in the 8th.
So Steve Pearce ties up the game once again with a home run off of Kenley Jansen. The Red Sox get him for a 2nd straight night. And later in the 9th, Rafael Devers singled to give the Red Sox the lead, and Steve Pearce came up once again trying to expand that lead.
Into the gap in right center field. This ball is down into the wall. It will empty the bases. Steve Pearce, what a night. 8-4 Boston in the 9th.
So Steve Pearce laces one into the gap, a huge hit, and that would pretty much go on to do it. The Red Sox ended up winning 9-6. They were 1 game away from winning the World Series. And in Game 5, the Red Sox had this opportunity, and once again, Steve Pearce was ready to party.
and the Dodgers. It is so important for Clayton Kershaw to put up a 0 here in the first inning for LA.
Well, absolutely. And
as Pierce hits one in the air to left center field, back at the wall, there will be no 0. Pierce has got another. 2-0 Boston in the first.
So Steve Pierce quickly makes it a 2-0 game. The Red Sox weren't going to push down on the throttle, but the Dodgers did get one of those back in the first as David Freese hit a leadoff home run. The game stayed 2-1 for a while as both pitchers were settled, and in the sixth, Mookie Betts was still looking for that first career postseason home run.
So, keep to themselves. It has to do with how the other team might play the late innings strategically. 2-2. High fly ball into left. Back at the wall. It is gone. Betts has made it 3-1.
Shout out to that Dodgers fan. Couldn't be happier.
He could not. Yeah, no, they were. I mean, hey, I guess this is gonna hurt to say, but they were ahead of their time cheering for Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Ah, pain. So Mookie Betts gets his first postseason home run. The Red Sox go up 3-1, and 1 inning later in the seventh, JD Martinez was looking to join the party.
That's where Clayton's got to buckle down now.
High fly ball into center. Back at the wall. It is gone. Martinez goes deep. 4-1 Boston here in the seventh.
The funniest thing about this game is just how the Fox broadcast endlessly cursed Clayton Kershaw. Like right before the Pierce home run in the first inning, Joe Buck literally said like it's so important for him to put up a 0, and then he immediately goes deep. And then before that JD home run, John Smoltz goes, Kershaw's got to buckle down here, home run to center field.
Yeah, they were pointing out everything that he was not able to do immediately after.
Yep, it was impeccable timing. That's why they call Clayton Kershaw one of the best. Just right on time, he delivers. The game seemed just about wrapped up at this point, but Steve Pierce wasn't done yet.
Nothing in 1 to count. High fly ball into left. Back at the wall. He's got another. How about Steve Pierce? Second of the game. Third in the last 2 games. It's 5-1 Boston here in the 8th.
So Steve Pierce makes his case for World Series MVP. And with all the offense that had been provided in this game, 5 runs on 4 home runs, David Price was just as strong on the mound.
David Price, winner in game 2. Working slowly, he deals. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Tied him up inside and got him. What a way to start. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He got him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. He was overmatched. So there's the 3rd strikeout for Price.
And if there's one guy the Dodgers would one up in this spot, it's Justin Turner. Infield in. Grounds to short. Turner goes after the first pitch. 2 out in the inning, and a big out by David Price.
Pitch on the way. Swung on and hit in the air to right field. Slicing foul. And JD Martinez right in foul ground makes the catch, and the tying run stuck at 3rd. David's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Boy, did he chase one outside.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. And Taylor fans, that's 5 punch outs. And the pitch. Swing hard, shot toward the middle, backhanded by Holt. Has it from the outfield grass, fires and got him. Great play by the Brock Star on a very hard hit ball to the right of second base. And David Price has thrown only 76 pitches over 6 innings.
Swung on and a ground ball right back to him. He turns, lobs it to first base. Puig is out. David shouts.
Oh, what an outing.
This your game, Poppy. This your game. I'm one. Big job, Poppy. I'm one.
A nice moment on the mound as David Price exited.
So David Price completely sets aside the narrative that he can't win in the postseason in the best possible stage on a World Series clinching mound. And in the 9th, the opening day starter looked to finish everything that he started.
Sale gets the ball for the 9th inning, at least to start it. Another 0-2 pitch coming. Here it is, and he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, picked up by Christian, fires to first, out. 2 down, 1-2 outs to go. Here's the 3-2 again. And a swing and a miss, a terrible swing at a slider. He was all tied up. 1 out to go, 2 out here in the 9th. The last 5 Dodger batters have struck out. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, it's over. The Red Sox have won the World Championship. The Boston Red Sox beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1. They win the World Series 4 games to 1. And the Red Sox become the first team in the 21st century with 4 World Championships. Can you believe it?
For the 4th time since 2004 and the 9th time in franchise history, the Boston Red Sox are World Series champions.
Yep, they did it.
Steve Pearce was deservingly the World Series MVP. He slashed 300, 500, 1167, 1667 with 3 home runs, 8 RBI, and 4 walks. Also, Eduardo Nunez went 3 for 10 with a 900 OPS. David Price, he had a very strong case for World Series MVP as well. 2-0, 13 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.98 ERA, and 10 strikeouts. Also, Joe Kelly out of the bullpen, 6 shutout innings with 10 strikeouts. The Red Sox winning the World Series for the first time in 5 years. And they will go down, as of right now, as the most dominant team in Red Sox history. They were the best team in baseball virtually throughout the whole season. They got going right from the start, 17-2 to start the season. They never even let up. The only reason they weren't in first at times is because the Yankees also ended up being a 100-win team. And they took the franchise record in wins in the regular season. They never lost more than 1 game in any playoff series, and they won the World Series. Also, they flipped the script on the New York Yankees. That was the team that was supposed to run the division. They had the 2-headed behemoths of Stanton and Judge at the top of their lineup. The Red Sox did some damage. They took Brian Cashman's words. They made him eat it. They took Aaron Judge and his boombox. They made him eat that as well. And they did exactly what the Yankees were supposed to do this year. Also, they established the importance of old school versus new school managers and the difference between them, because Alex Cora, after this year, was sort of set as the gold standard for for a new school type of manager.
Yeah, the 2018 Red Sox, what I can say about this team is, like, I remember at the beginning of the year, it was, they were facing the Rays, Marlins, and then the Rays again, and the Rays weren't really expected to do much. So it was like, you got to start out easy. You got to win 6 out of 9 here, and then they won 8 out of 9, and then against the Yankees, it's like, let's see if they can do well in the series, and then they took 2 out of 3, and they did everything you wanted them to do and more. It was the easiest regular season to go through that I've ever experienced. And then in terms of the playoffs, there were times where I definitely had my doubts, after game 2 of the ALDS heading to New York, but then they wiped all those worries away with a 16-1 win. In the 9th inning of game 4 of the ALCS. Andrew Benintendi comes in with the most clutch, one of the most clutch end of the game catches you'll see in the postseason. And then in the World Series, right after they gave up a 3-run home run to Puig to make it 4-0, within 3 innings,
It was 9-4.
They flipped the script and make it a 9-4 game. They, even when they had adversity, they got rid of it extremely quickly. And that's why it was pretty easy to be a Red Sox fan in this year, even with the playoff anxiety with the bullpen and all.
I mean, you're never going to have a World Series run where there isn't anxiety.
Yeah, for sure.
Never are you going to have that. Yeah, I mean, the entire regular season, obviously, I think the worst moment of the regular season for me was when they cut Hanley. And that even made sense.
Yeah, it did.
Because we don't get Steve Pearce if we don't do that.
Yeah, there was really nothing, and especially later in the season when it really counted, there was nothing to complain about.
No. This was a once in a lifetime type of team that we should never count on seeing again.
Yeah, fan bases don't really deserve to see teams like this multiple times in their lives.
No.
We got to see this team at one of the best times we could have. And yeah, it was great. And yeah, that's all we have on the 2018 Red Sox. Are we ready to move on to our favorite part of the episode?
Of course we are.
And now on to our favorite part of the episode, where we're selecting the fate of our next week. We got 6 more of these, I think.
Right? We're gonna reshuffle after this week.
Yeah, we get to reshuffle, and that'll be our last reshuffle.
Man.
Yeah, we. So this week we're picking numbers 1 through 10, because we reshuffle after every
5.
After every 5 5 weeks, 5 players and teams, and we've given the lowdown before, but we're picking players and teams to talk about. This all started during quarantine without baseball. Needed some things to fill our time, and it's continued on into this off season. So I will be picking a number 1 through 10 to determine the team we will be talking about. I have no idea what the list of teams look like. Daniel has no idea what the list of players look like, and he will be selecting a number 1 through 10 to determine the player.
You go first.
So, I'm picking first?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right. So now to determine our fate. Next week, we will be talking about team number 3. Haven't done that yet, right?
You haven't done number 3. We entered the round of 10 teams with 3 American League East teams remaining. We will be going into the round of 5 with 0.
Oh.
This is a team that was the greatest at the time, was the greatest team in the history of this franchise. They established the success of the best player their franchise has ever seen, and they took this team to the American League promised land. We are going to be discussing the 2008 Tampa Bay Rays.
2008 Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Special...
Evan Longoria. We got Matt Garza. Was Matt Garza on that team?
Matt Garza was on the team, yeah.
He was.
He
David
Game
Price,
7 of the ALCS.
Carlos Pena was on that team.
EJ
Upton, Carl Crawford.
Cliff Floyd.
Yeah, this is
Jason Bartlett.
Yes, Jason Bartlett's borderline MVP season.
Oh yeah, 18th in the MVP vote, I think.
Yeah. Yep. We get to discuss that.
Yeah, the basis of our email to Baseball Reference.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. It's pretty wild that he was able to do that.
So in short, going into the round of 5, we still have to do the Angels, the Rockies, the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Marlins.
Yeah, we got 3 NL West.
Yeah.
pretty wild how that panned out. And I guess, we went our first 12 episodes without doing a pitcher, and now it's like 50-50 selecting a pitcher.
Oh,
But
wow. Okay.
what player are we going to be talking about for our next history episode?
I'm not going to be able to pick this number again, so player number 10.
Player number 10. This guy, somewhat similar career to Lefty Grove in that he was a lefty. He was excellent into his late 30s. This will probably be actually our longest episode.
Yeah, I think I know who it is.
Yeah, we're doing.
Is it? Hold on. Have we covered multiple teams that he's played on?
Yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy. We've done him. We've covered 2 of his seasons.
I was
already.
I think a couple weeks ago I said, like, you said Nolan Ryan's gonna be our longest episode, so I was like, okay, so this guy isn't on the list, right? Because if he's on the list, that's our longest episode.
Yeah, okay, this may be our longest episode, and I'm glad it's happening like not during the middle of school.
I love talking about. Well, I mean, we do start classes next week.
Yeah, but
it doesn't really count because we're not going to be there.
Yeah, and it's syllabus week, but next week we will be talking about the
tallest man ever.
The unit, 6'10" man, 4,875 strikeouts, Randy Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, we get some 95 Mariners talk. We get some 0-1 Diamondbacks talk. We get the greatest 4-year pitching stretch ever, possibly.
Yeah, very arguable that it is. And yeah, our newest pitcher yet, or I guess, he started his career 2 years after Maddox. So our youngest pitcher yet, I think. And yeah, Randy Johnson will be the subject of our next history episode. Kind of a similar route of Lefty Grove in that he was able to dominate in his 30s. He did amazing.
And he was one of the better strikeout pitchers of his time.
Yes, he was. Right up there with Nolan Ryan in terms of 10 strikeout games, 12 strikeout games. So yeah, that'll be a lot. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of Above Replacement Radio. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and want to watch the videos with us, go to our YouTube channel. It is called Above Replacement Radio, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want to follow us on social media, follow me on Twitter at Chris_Gianta. Follow Daniel on both Twitter and Instagram at Daniel_Curran, and follow the show Instagram at Above Replacement Radio. Same name as the podcast. And we hope you enjoyed the 2018 Red Sox episode, and we hope to see you next week, where we will be talking MLB news per usual, and then on Thursday we'll talk Randy Johnson, and on Friday we will be talking about the 2008 Tampa Bay Rays. See ya then.